married if it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week. That's the why. There's always one thing going on, Kruse Control. That is what. There's a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, everybody, because Beetlejuice is back. Of course, the news we've been talking about for a while. Beetlejuice 2 is coming very, very soon. Michael Keaton was talking about Beetlejuice 2, telling everybody about how he feels about it, how excited he is about the project, and he's saying this one's going to outdo the original one. He's saying the guy's going to outdo it, no problem, big time. Wait till everybody sees it. He's so excited about it, and everybody online, like all the other cast members, coming forward and saying that this is a bigger, higher stakes movie than the first one. That's going to make Beetlejuice a bigger figure in pop culture than it ever was before. The writer said the same thing. She said she's never worked on something so excited put out there, and Michael Keaton's ready for this renaissance of his career. Of course, he came at Batman, now he's Beetlejuice again. I'm very excited to see where he goes from here, because Michael Keaton's a freaking man. He really is a freaking man, and I can't wait to see Beetlejuice coming in September. It's not that far away. You can't stop Beetlejuice, and you can also not stop David Lynch, because David Lynch, at 78 years old, he hasn't directed a movie since like 2016. Of course, known for Mulholland Drive. You've got also Twin Peaks, and he actually worked on or helped part of the actual reboot of Twin Peaks. But he was actually sitting down for an interview recently for Sound Magazine, Sight and Sound Magazine, and he's been dealing with cancer for a lot of lung issues, cancer based off of smoking, because he smoked for so long. He's been fighting it. He's got some weak immune system, and he doesn't know if he can actually get out of the house ever again, because he's afraid of actually getting sick from anything. It could kill him, unfortunately, which is really sad to hear. But he said that won't stop him from directing. It will not stop him from directing. He said he'll direct remotely if he has to. He can only walk a short distance though before he runs out of oxygen too, because he's having a lot of issues with his lungs from all the smoking through all the years. But he's stopped smoking for 2 years now, and he says he is doing better. A lot of health scares, but the big problem is he can't really breathe that well. But he will not stop directing. He said there's no way he ever will. He's been freaking doing it forever. I hope he does, and I hope he finds a way to keep going forward, because getting sick is never fun, and having a positive attitude, that's pretty fucking fantastic. I have a positive attitude about Grotesque though. Grotesque is coming out from Ryan Murphy, and I think we're just doing too many shows, Ryan Murphy. I mean, I honestly think that I started watching the American Horror Story too. It's not my favorite. I mean, whatever. I worked in these shows for a long time. There's a lot of stuff that people love about this, but this Grotesque show coming out, 10 episodes, September 25th at 10 p.m., streaming on Hulu and FX. I just don't know. I saw the trailer. Obviously, I'm just not sold on it, but it revolves around a series of heinous crimes that are unsettled in a small community where Detective Louis Tryon, Nash Betts comes in to feel these crimes out, and she says something eerie is going on, something personal is taunting her through these crimes. Will it be good? Will it not be good? We'll have to wait and find out. Coming out in September. Not too far away. Grotesque is coming. And something else that's been very grotesque, everybody. Come on. What's grotesque-y? It could be grotesque-y. But come on, we got to talk about this Nickelodeon shit some more. Dan Schneider, that's grotesque. That's what I'm talking about. Damn, leave the children alone. Leave the children alone. For the children, Michael Jackson said. Not against the fucking children. Come on. But anyways, another review came forward with Kiki Palmer, who worked with Dan Schneider, Nickelodeon, for years too. And she came forward talking about her time working with him. And this has been going on over and over again, where actors are coming forward, child actors, talking about their influence by him, how he was weird, odd, out there. But Dan Schneider apparently was running a cultish type environment. That's what her and her mother said. And her mother actually said, to be honest, the whole time the atmosphere at Dan Snyder set was very weird and cultish, and all the parents were very secretive and honestly thought that they took themselves way too seriously. And Kiki came forward and said that overly she felt she was controlled and confined because the way her parents kept her away from everybody, but she actually respects them more because of everything that was actually going on behind closed doors. But there's another person working on these Nickelodeon shows that had a problem with Dan Schneider, and I can't believe this guy had all these issues, and I can't believe Nickelodeon was a spot for this. And again, it's not Nickelodeon's fault. These things do happen. Creatures do slither in the night, and sometimes they can't get caught, unfortunately. And when they do get caught, there might be a civil war, and Civil War is coming out there to Max. We're getting on Max September 14th. If you didn't see this Kirsten Dunst movie on September 14th, it will drop on Max. Alex Garland's Civil War, highest budget movie for A24, $50 million. Insane for them. Not that big nowadays for an actual movie, but for A24, it's massive. And it set a big record too with 25 million opening weekend, biggest one for them. I actually wasn't a huge fan, so if you did love this, let me know, because I really didn't enjoy it too much. Grotesque, I know it's grotesque. There's Larry. Larry's back, everybody. She's popping back in. But yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Civil War, but again, some people might love it. I just didn't get it. I didn't get it. I wanted, first of all, I wanted Guns N' Roses Civil War. Come on, what opportunity in a movie do you have? I don't need your Civil War. Carter knows what I'm talking about, right, Carter? They couldn't play. They couldn't afford Guns N' Roses, could they, O'Carter? They couldn't afford Guns N' Roses at $50 million budget.
Imagine if they actually could. Maybe Guns N' Roses is asking for way too much, but hey, they're rock stars. They can ask for anything they want. Appetite for Destruction. So currently, I mean, they've earned their stripes. They should be asking for more than $50 million, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why they probably couldn't fucking do it. You know, they're probably like, oh, we can't afford Guns N' Roses, but it would have been great to hear in that movie, Carter. I don't know if you saw it, but it would have been great to hear. I would have loved it.
Unfortunately, I have not seen it, but I'm pretty sure if Guns N' Roses made an appearance, could you imagine how extraordinary Nillik to the Max that really would be?
Oh man, I would be like, hell yeah, Nillik to the max. Give that a round of applause.
The Nillik Master. What up, dog? Can I get a little bit of that ukulele?
Peppy, calm down, Peppy. I think Peppy's been drinking already, everybody. So let's let Peppy be, because he's gone too far tonight already. But yeah, Civil War's coming out though, September 14th. If you haven't checked it out, you have a chance to check it out.
Pep Star, Toe Dog, holla.
Okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone, Sean. Leave it alone. Okay, but also Dark Matter's coming back too. Dark Matter is coming back. Now this wasn't supposed to happen because Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Connelly did the first season, and it was supposed to be like a one and done. No, we're just gonna do these. It was like 7 episodes. It wasn't even like a full series run, and that was supposed to be it. The creator came forward, so we're not gonna do more than that. It's based on the best-selling novel by Blake Crouch, and they want to just do that, and that was it. It actually ends in a way that you don't need to do anymore. But Jason Destin is coming back with his wife, and if you watch this show, it's actually pretty interesting. Multiversal travels. Of course, it starts with him getting knocked out on a day out with his family. He gets captured. He ends up going into the multiverse. He goes to this other guy's universe, which is another version of himself, and then he has to find his way home. Pretty much the whole premise of the whole thing. It's actually pretty good on Apple TV Plus, but it was pretty much a one and done thing. And they didn't say they were going to do more, but apparently there are more coming. And there's more X-Men 97 coming, but there's also some backlash for X-Men 97 because Bo came forward again, of course, the original showrunner came forward to talk about this, head writer, about how he was fired from Marvel because of what he's saying was a post he put on Instagram and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, where he had himself dressed like an X-Man, an animated version of himself, and he was very proud to be like, this is me. I'm excited to be part of X-Men, but it was a little bit risque, and that's why he got fired. That's what he's saying. Now, what Disney's coming forward and Marvel is saying, he's actually been fired for sexual misconduct and his handling in the writer's room. Is this true? Is that not true? We'll have to find out. But he is apparently moving forward with a lawsuit against Disney and Marvel. Hasn't officially been signed and sealed and done, but this is moving forward pretty quick because he did find an attorney to take his case. And with that happening, you know this is in the back burner. It's going to happen. But this social media thing, he's been posting stuff about. He said there's more to come. He hired Brian Friedman, who actually handled some of Hollywood's biggest wrongful termination cases throughout the last few years. And right now, this guy's stepping in to help him out. He's put a statement out being like, Disney and Marvel will not accept the truth, but he will bravely tell his truth, and I will stand by him to make sure he gets able to tell that out there. So he got fired season 2. Supposed to do 2 and 3. He was writing all that. They hired somebody else now. What's going to happen? We'll keep you posted how it actually turns out. I'm interested to see because you never know. I mean, look at Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift, everybody, Tay-Tay herself. Wow. That whole thing with the terrorist attack we talked about last week has caused more ramifications for if you're a Taylor Swift fan. Now, unticketed people that are actually fans that are outside the arena, they used to let this happen all the time. They'd sit out there and they'd cheer on, congratulate her, trying to get an eye on Tay-Tay herself. Well, now you can't do that anymore. No one is allowed outside to stand outside the arena or the entrance or the vicinity of the steps or anything if you do not have a ticket. Because of all the backlash, what happened? They almost tried to blow up Taylor Swift, guys. You can't do that. So the police, the security has gone up quite a bit. And they're really worried about it. So if you are a person that would normally go out there to see Taylor Swift before the audience, don't do it. What exactly did he post? You're asking? Let me go back. I have it actually written down. He said above. Let me go back to the slide for a second. For you, Buck Rogers said, okay, so the picture was of him animated in like kind of like a yellow jumpsuit. It was he's pretty much shirtless, but whatever. It's animated. And it said above is an X-Men fan art I posted on Instagram for Gay Pride Month in June. And on June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they'd stripped me of my season 2 credits due to the post. Sadly, this latest and troubling pattern I suffered since working on Blade. Again, he had problems on Blade as well, and they fired him from Blade. But they moved him over to X-Men. So he said, this is the latest a troubling pattern I have suffered. And then he said, there's more to come. There's more to come. So we'll have to wait and find out. Again, you shouldn't be affected from your job. You have to be, Disney, Marvel, you got to be very careful what you post online.
You muted yourself, Brian.
That might be wrong. I'm pushing too many buttons. Might be wrongful termination in my eye, honestly, because if you're posting a picture of you as an animated X-Men character, who's like Cyclops, like, come on, guys. It's not a reason to actually be laid off, if you ask me. It's not. It's not. Also, GR... I know what GR wants to see, though, overall, is the $6 billion man, because Marky Mark of the Funky Bunch himself is coming back, and he's been trying to do the $1 Million Man. Of course, the $1 Million Man was back in the day. He said due to inflation, he has to be the $6 billion man now, because it's just not enough money nowadays. But Mark Wahlberg's been attached to this for years, everybody. The 1973 iconic reboot, and he's been trying to make it happen. He's actually turned out other Marvel stuff and other superheroes because he said, this is my superhero, and I want this so bad. He's been trying to make it happen. But again, nothing's happening. But he said, the only one superhero of mine is this. It's a $6 billion man, and I can't wait to make it happen. So it's still moving forward. It hasn't happened yet, but it will. If Marky Mark, it will eventually happen. We'll have to wait and find out. But also, The Gentleman is happening for a season 2. That's right. Season 2 of The Gentleman is moving forward. Guy Ritchie's project over there on Netflix. After the first season, I wasn't sure. I haven't checked this out. Anybody see this yet? If you guys see this, let me know, because I haven't seen this yet. I've been wanting to check out The Gentleman. It was like 8 episodes coming for season 2 now. People have been really excited about this. If you love it, you're getting one more season. Netflix is just pumping shit out. But they aren't traitors of the fans. Not making it them, but Traitors is coming too. Traitors season 3, of course, has been shooting, but now the cock itself, Peacock, has picked up 2 more seasons. Season 4 and 5 is coming, moving forward from the cock for Traitors. So I guess the cock's not a traitor to the fans either. So if you want more traitors, you're getting more moving forward. But someone that was a traitor, now this is the most serious topic of breaking news today, was everybody around Matthew Perry. Oh my God, traitors, fucking traitors. We were asking this like a long time ago, if any kind of justice was going to happen. Well, now 5 people have been arrested for the unlawful death of Matthew Perry. 5 people. On top of that, we have the U.S. District Attorney, Martin Estrada, came forward to say this, announced this yesterday. They arrested 5 people. Now, his live-in assistant gave him the ketamine on the day. Gave it to him. Never said that before when it happened. 2 doctors and a woman known as the Ketamine Queen also was involved with this. And then one more doctor, too, they did not mention. I'll talk about the person in a second. But the defendants were part of a broad underground criminal network, they're calling it right now, that supplied ketamine to Perry and others on top of that. Took advantage of Mr. Perry's addiction, they said, issuing to enrich themselves. They actually made a joke about this, being like, how much will this fool actually pay for this? Let's wait to find out. And they got $50,000 from him for the ketamine, which is fucking insane. But, okay, so 2 of the 5 have been arrested so far. Jasveen Sagna, 41, the ketamine queen herself of North Hollywood. Fucking North, that's where I'm right now. And Dr. Salvador Pacencia, 42, known as Dr. P of Santa Monica, have been arrested. Both pleaded not guilty later in the day. But also one person, Eric Fleming, another doctor, 54 of Hawthorne, did plead guilty on August 8th in 1 count of conspiracy to distribute ketamine and 1 count of distribution of ketamine resulting in the death of Mr. Perry, admitting that he distributed the ketamine that killed Matthew Perry, according to the prosecutors. There's also Oh, fucking gone. Oh, he's done. He's fucking done. Also, Kenneth Iswasma, 59 of Toluca Lake, Perry's live-in assistant, was allegedly conspired with the doctor and Fleming and Dr. P to illegally obtain the ketamine and distribute it to Perry. And Dr. Mark Chavez of 54 of San Diego. This is fucking nuts. A physician agreed to get the actual ketamine to them and gave it to them to distribute to him. On top of it, he pled guilty as well, admitting to selling the ketamine to Dr. P to get to him. And this is just fucked up. You hear about this. I can't believe what I'm saying right now. But they wondered they said, how much will this moron pay? That's what they said. How much will this moron pay? Let's find out. And they made a big joke about it. And after the $50,000, he got 50 vials of ketamine. And again, his assistant, before they left, distributed it to him, administered it to him, gave him all the ketamine. Then she came back and found him dead. Fuck you. Fuck you. And everybody else that was part of this conspiracy that ended up losing one of the big talents in Hollywood again. I hate to say this, but people do fucked up shit, but a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the pep star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.